Hey yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the second episode for the day for y'all, man. Double upload today for y'all for the Halo reaction and discussion. So without any further ado, let's work. So episode 7 from season 1. This is titled Inheritance, a dub episode right off the bat. And like I said in the first video from today, y'all, we now know what Soren and Quan has been up to. We don't know exactly what happened after she tased him and held the pistol to his head, but off of suspicion or jumping to a conclusion, we can paint a picture that she couldn't pull the trigger and kill him. And Soren was able to escape back to his planet, where we see him boasting about himself, telling pirate stories and things like that. We see Quan basically driving in the beginning of the episode. She drives through a sandstorm. She gets captured. She's later shown in a camp of a woman that her father spoke to. She recognizes her as the one that her father came to see. She asks the woman, what did she tell her father? The woman tells her she isn't ready and things like that. We see Soren's friend Squirrel stand up and boast to kind of in a defiant way, or showing that, hey, if I'm your partner, why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? Soren now approaches Squirrel to basically test his strength or call his bluff. Squirrel has a female accomplice basically boasting him up to tell Soren off. He couldn't. We see Ventura looking for Quan, because she's the prize cow right now. She's the prize catch. She has a bounty on her head. No Master Chief and the UNSC in this episode at all, which I do like. So shout out to the writers of the storyline and creators over at the Halo studios where they shooting Halo. Very, very good idea to not show the UNSC a bit in this episode. We actually got to see more background from Quan and more background from Soren. More character developing for Ventura and the kind of man that he is. So if we jump back into the story, we see Soren then take off to find Quan drunk some type of liquid that showed her a dream or vision of Master Chief going down a ladder and going to a camp. Raph is there. Raph is the funniest character ever, man. Raph is one of the best characters of this show so far. He asks Quan, was she going to fight or fear, not knowing that she would have to fight the Master Chief. This is all part of a dream. She tries to hit him with a chain. Master Chief punches her and presumably kill her. They wake her up again. She hits him with a rock this time, or a knife this time rather, and she tries to stab him, but she's punched again. They wake her up again. She shoots at him. This is funny. It wasn't comedic, but it was a comedic part of this show. A little bit of humor in this part where she kept getting knocked out and picked up and knocked out again. And then she finally got the dream when she spoke to her father, Jinha. We also got to see that Quan is actually Korean or Korean descent. Quan finds out that she is a protector. something on the planet Meridia. She gets to see her father once again. He informs her to be strong and gives her a plan on how to defeat Ventura. Soren is then, we see Soren like kind of, you know, see what his friend Squirrel was up to, and they come up with a plan to rob a UNSC ship of a crate that was carrying a weapon of some sort or something that would help the rebel. So Soren returns to find Quan at the first campsite in the beginning of the show where her father was killed and things like that. Soren tracks her back there. He allies with her as Ventura finds her at the campsite. A shootout breaks out between Quan, Soren, and the Ventura army. They come up with a plan to blow up the campsite with Ventura's army inside, obviously rendering Ventura helpless and hopefully killing him. So, back to the dream before I jump to the end of the show and we get out of here. In the dream, is what I left out, going back to the dream that she had when she went to go visit the same woman that her father did. It shows Quan asking Master Chief what he wanted from her. It shows him extending his hand, her taking the hand, and then it shows him leaving. The old man then tells her that he will be back and you will help him find his way. You will help him lead. You will lead him the right way. In my opinion, guys, we pretty much now know that Quan and the planet Meridia is going to ally themselves with Master Chief and the Spartans, and hopefully in their fight and their wait to save the world and also unlock the secrets of the artifact. So now, as we get to the end, the plan works. I also thought Soren was going to die in this episode. He was shot a few times in this episode, but I believe he still is a Spartan, with his palette and things like that. So the plan works. They get into a vault that shields them from the blast of the fire from them shooting the tank and releasing gas. Ventura and his army is killed, and Quan escapes with Master Chief's rifle. And then we fade to black, and that's the episode, guys. And I'll paraphrase a little bit. This episode, I wanted to touch on the very, very important parts of this episode. So once again, this episode was definitely a dub. For character building, we got to see a little bit more of who Quan is and who Soren is, man. Soren is like probably one of my favorite characters other than Kai. Soren is definitely my favorite character, number one character. We saw another comedic scene when he asked for his pistol back and he was like, "It's like that," and she was like, "Yeah, it's like that." Very, very comical in that scene. Like I said, we learned that Quan has Korean is Korean descent or is Korean. We got to find out some backstory from her dad and what the people of Meridia is supposed to be doing. Really, really good episode, guys. Again, this was episode 7 released today, which is Thursday, May 5th. So you guys are enjoying the first season of Halo. Can't wait to see what happens in episode 8. I really feel like we're approaching the end of the season, guys. I could be wrong, but I feel like we're approaching the end of the first season. Everything could possibly or may not be coming together for Master Chief and find out what the artifact is. We see Quan now knows what her purpose is as a citizen of the planet Meridia. Cortana is here and live and better than ever. And I can't wait to see what episode 8 brings and the future episodes bring. So once again, this episode gets 5 cameras up. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys in episode 8. Double upload for y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed. Spoiler alert as always. Thanks for watching my Hilarious D. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace. See y'all in episode 8.